Hello and welcome. Before we actually kickstart this roundtable, we're first going to take a couple of minutes to chat with Yegor Aushev. And for those of you who don't know, as I said in the introduction, he's the co-founder of CyberUnit Technology, and he's often described as the architect of the new Ukrainian cyber army that was put together in the very first days of the conflict. Please give him a warm round of applause. You can sit on this side. Yes, you can use this one. Yegor, thank you so much for being with us today. It's really an honor. You're a cybersecurity expert. As I said, you're the co-founder of CyberUnit Technology and Cyber School Ukraine. Tell us more a little bit about that and perhaps how you first got into the cybersecurity sector.
Hello, everyone. So it's a great honor to be here. Thank you for inviting. Around 1 year ago, I started my career, let's say, at Cyber Army or Cyber Volunteer Army. And before that, I was just normal entrepreneur, businessman that used to make money in cybersecurity. So I'm about 10 years in cybersecurity. We provide services for government institutions. We have offices in 4 countries. And we spent a lot of time of providing knowledge to our government. We educated more than 1,000 specialists from the object of critical infrastructure of Ukraine. And actually it was really helpful at the beginning of full-scale invasion. So we had a lot of contacts around in government institutions, and also we provide some advising for government institutions as well.
So when the conflict started, you already knew the ecosystem and it was already around you. For those of you who don't know, but what you put together is a 1,000-men-strong Ukrainian cybersecurity army, and you did so, as I said, in the very first day, at the request of a senior Ukrainian defense ministry, if I understand this right. Could you tell us a little bit more about how that actually happened?
So it was about 1 year ago. I just woke up because of the huge explosions outside of my apartments. And of course, we were expecting that something might happen, but we didn't expect that it will be like really happened in this day or this morning. So we felt like we were scared a little bit, but more we were angry because, you know, probably, I hope you will never feel it, but you can imagine that what you will feel if somebody will go to your city, like with military, with guns, and will kill civilians. So we were angry, and I went to the parking garage because it was like a bomb shelter at this moment, so I want to hide from explosions. And I made a declaration to social media that, okay, if you don't know how to shoot with a gun, you can take your laptop and fight in cyberspace. You can protect your country in cyberspace. So that actually, in a couple of hours, I collected around 200 people, and in 1 day, we collected around 1,000 people. So we started to provide information to our government. So it was actually a unique situation because all private sector, we came to government institution and say, okay, how we can help. We have facilities, we have manpower, we have experts. But most important part for us was we didn't want like Russian agent will be a part of our army. So we created the system that somebody should introduce you to other person. So we created some kind of know your client system inside of our volunteers army. And we started producing a lot of information like analyticals, intelligence, and some groups even tried to make deface for Russian sides, like to explain that, okay, your government made an occupation to our country, so go outside. So at those moments we saw that Russians, they just don't know what's happening, that it was like crazy Russian president doing something. But in a couple of weeks we understood that, okay, most of the Russians, they do accept all this war. And and now, so far, the war is ongoing, so the war is, we still fight. And in a couple of days, I'll go back to Kyiv, and we have a lot of meetings. So now the part of our life is like cyber volunteering, let's say. So you have to do your job, and you have to do something to protect your country. It's a part of our life now.
Could you perhaps tell us a little bit more about the current cybersecurity threat landscape in the ongoing war? What kind of attacks are you fighting off?
It's a very interesting question, because before the invasion we were expecting attacks more for financial sector, let's say, or for energy sector. But what we see now, we started as the first months of invasion, it was huge amount of hackers attacks. It was like 10 times more than we saw during NotPetya in 2016-17. And they attacked everything, and it's also interesting that they attacked together with a kinetic movement. So it means if they move together with soldiers on the land, at the same time they attack with cyber attacks. Yeah. And we see a lot of attacks on the local governments, actually. So local authorities, we were wondering why they do it. And they collect a lot of information before invasion. And when they go with the soldiers, like to this territory of some small cities or something like small towns, they have already a lot of information, and they can choose some people they want to speak, that some of them they want to kill, and so on. But cyber attacks, they go before the full-scale invasion or together with invasion. So local authorities, it's almost 40% now. So, and we explain to our partners, to all worlds, that it's very important to protect not only banks, financial system or energy system, but also local authorities, cities, and smart cities, and so on.
Now, Microsoft has just announced that it has pledged financial tech support to Ukraine. It's valued to $100 million. How is the cloud, or maybe Microsoft Cloud, helping build resilience for citizens in Ukraine, but also for government institutions?
Yeah, a lot of our partners helped us as well, like Elon Musk or Microsoft, other countries, so they provided a lot of services in order we become more resilient. But at the same time, we need to develop our own system inside of Ukraine, because we are integrating to European Union, so it means we become a partner of European countries like France, and it means that you probably would like to have a strong partner, not a weak partner that you need to make money injection every year or every couple of months. So it means that we expect not only providing some technologies, but also we expect, and we would appreciate if companies like French companies will provide some mentorship to our Ukrainian businesses, startups, and so on. Because like during the war, so for example, only my group of volunteers, we delivered around 200 projects to our government. And part of this project already became some products. And we created our own product, and it means that we have a lot of IT specialists, we have a lot of ideas in Ukraine, but we really expect that countries like France will help us to build business from this project, build business from these ideas, because this is the way how we can become a reliable, strong partner for European Union countries.
Making sure you come out of this war with a strong cybersecurity ecosystem. Could you perhaps tell us how cyberspace is changing the rules of war?
Well, yeah, so as we know...
You touched on it earlier, but...
Yeah, so as we know, cyberspace, like cyber war is one of five domains that NATO declared. And as we see now, like internet doesn't have any borders, right? So everyone is involved in the cyber war.
And no rules also.
And no rules, actually. And you should not expect any ethics from hackers. We see when Russian hackers, they attack even hospitals in the US. So why do you need to attack hospitals? So what's wrong with you? And so that's why it's very important to share information between partner countries. So what we see, for example, that we got a huge DDoS attack on Ukraine, like starting from the beginning, and even now it's an ongoing process. And this DDoS attack goes from different countries, so it's a huge botnet system. And we see also that these attacks also go partly from French IPs, as well as attack on French might go from Ukrainian IPs, because enemy can hack these IoT devices and use these all facilities to attack our countries. So that's why it's very important to share information between our partners and create some kind of cyber diplomacy and new cyber rules around our countries. So it's very important.
Thank you very much, Yegor Aushev. I think we can give him a warm round of applause.
Thank you.
So in just a minute, we're going to have our very first roundtable of the day. It's entitled A Pie in the Sky. Now, you're going to come with us for this roundtable, and as we make our way towards the roundtable, we're going to take a look at what the domino effect is in cybersecurity, or when a security breach or an attack can have devastating consequences on the economy at large.